Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of The FauxShow. Today is Sunday, January 11th. My name is Angela.
And my name is Chris.
And as most of you know, The FauxShow is not a real show. It is a social experience because I don't look at you. I look at the chat room which I have here on my iPad.
Oh, the chat room. Well, I've got that full screen on my screen.
It's over there on a monitor where we can see ourselves.
There it is.
That was a really long time.
I felt like I was so inappropriate that I just needed to hold it for a little bit.
Okay. Well, however, it is in the best lower
right
third
there.
on the internet.
Built in, pioneered here on the FauxShow, we have incorporated the jblive.tv chat room right into our lower third. We've used industry magic that's patented by nobody because it's not that magic, and then used it to put it down there in what is technically called the lower third, even though it is not actually lower third in size.
Okay.
So, and I've missed you. I feel like it's been a month since
I've
FauxShowed with you, and a couple of things come to mind immediately. Your hair looks bigger.
Yeah.
And
I know, this one in particular.
Yeah, that's a good bun, though.
Fix that.
Oh, no, it's fine. I like it. It's a wild bun. A wild bun appears.
Wild style.
But also,
right?
you've been busy doing something else.
I have. Ta-da!
Women's Tech Radio, up to 8 episodes released now.
Yep. If you haven't checked it out, you should go do that. Yep. Just this last Friday, we recorded another batch, and it is going really well. Mm-hmm. And everybody we interview is so amazing. Yeah. And it's just so cool to hear. It's a different kind of show. It's an interview show, and it's not necessarily technical, but it's about their technical jobs or technology jobs.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. You discover how these people are sort of relearning that they love technology in a lot of cases and finding their paths into there. What resources worked for them, what didn't work for them, which is super important. And it's turning out to be a really amazing show, and I really recommend you check it out. Episode 8, they've all got every episode's getting better and better, and several of them are already my favorites. But we are here today. We are gathered here today to tell you about how you can get rid of all of the junk around your house guilt-free. How's that for a pitch?
Yep.
That's essentially what's happened. As parents of 3 children, we end up with tons and tons of stuff around the house. But everybody runs into this problem for different reasons, and a lot of times, if you're like Ange here, you kind of have a hard time just throwing it away.
I do.
I kind of get some sort of sick satisfaction out of throwing it away.
You know
especially
what?
No. When I get to actually throw it.
He gets a sick satisfaction in throwing other people's stuff away. He doesn't throw his stuff away.
Well, because I only
You don't.
No, I have a strategy.
Stick it in a box and throw it in the garage.
Well, okay. That's my secondary strategy for the stuff that is totally... Okay, you're right. All right, you're fine.
Yeah, there's not much of an argument there. But anyway, so if you go to buynothingproject.org, that's where you can read about it. And it is not just a local thing. However, our state kind of dominates it. You can go here and find a group, and it's literally in all the countries, or not all the countries, but a lot of countries. So Australia,
and many
Wales.
Well, I just want to say, in the United States specifically, it's extremely popular.
It is.
But it's not just a U.S. thing.
Yeah, look at all the Ontario. If we scroll down... They start with it's all alphabetical. They have California, San Diego. But if we go all the way down, Washington is half the page.
Way to go, Washington.
Yeah. So Washington, Greater Seattle.
Guess we have a lot of crap.
South Sound, Southwest Washington, Olympic Peninsula.
Wow.
East Side, Jeez. North End, far north is where we are.
Look at us.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So anyway, it's mainly done through Facebook pages. So if you don't like Facebook, that could be a problem. Hey.
But here's what we were thinking is what we're going to do is we're going to take our regional experiences with this and use that experience to sort of demonstrate to you how it might work for you if you did something like this in your area. And it's a pretty satisfying process because what you end up doing is you end up connecting with somebody that really needs something and giving them something that you kind of want to get rid of. And what I find fascinating about it in particular is it's this intersection of technology that's making people get rid of this stuff, but the way all the technology, using location and mobile and social networking, all of these different things coming together to enable this sort of hyper-local, but yet using the internet, which is worldwide, to do it. It's really kind of crazy from that standpoint.
Yep. So here is the Buy Nothing page for our city, and there's an accepting process. You have to be accepted into it. They validate that you're actually in that area. You're only allowed to join one Buy Nothing site because they want to prevent people from going to all the different cities around them and getting a bunch of free stuff, going
on a road trip and just getting a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Free Cycle or the Craigslist free ads or whatever, but this is just, it's built into, or not built into, but it's a page on Facebook, so it's a lot easier to manage. And
it also makes it more accessible. So even if you're not a big Facebook user, you got to realize a lot of people that will be participating are not super savvy. So Facebook is something they already know, and it's something they actually can trust too. As crazy as that sounds, but for them, it's a brand they can trust, a name.
So I first, before I started with a Buy Nothing page, I actually joined some local sell groups just within our city, and they're basically like a local garage sale online. You know? It's like eBay. It's like what eBay used to be. But
add an item at a time, right? Like one item at a time.
Yeah, and I wasn't able to sell anything right away, and I didn't quite understand that. But I did the Buy Nothing because I had things that I wanted to give away. Hold on.
Hold on. Oh, I'm ready.
So I'm going to tell you about. About this one.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and go to the screen.
Formula.
Yes. Now, a lot of you know, I don't formula feed. I breastfeed.
Not anymore.
My babies. Yeah,
unless
not
I'm
anymore.
lucky.
Yeah. What? No. So on a day that was particularly trying, I can't remember if I was sick or if Bella was not nursing or whatever. I literally thought to myself, I wish I had formula right now because I cannot do this. You know, we do get to that breaking point. That day, Johnson sent me 2 cans of formula.
In the mail.
And it was so weird.
They read your mind,
dude. So I kept it because, things were a little rocky. I was having issues. I was going to the doctor a lot, and I kept it because I didn't want to throw it away because it's usable.
She can't throw anything away that's semi-usable, literally.
Yes. I donate all the time to like Value Village, but anyway, this particular one I kept, So Bella ended up weaning around 9.5 months. I didn't end up switching her to formula. She just went straight to hemp milk. She's fine. But I still had these cans of formula.
And you didn't want to throw it away because it's perfectly good formula.
It is. And, parents spend a lot of money on formula. So.
And for some people, it's a significant part of their money. That is a serious thing.
So I posted that on the Buy Nothing site because I don't want money for that. I got it for free. I'm not trying to profit off of that. And it literally left my front porch that night.
Yeah, and now somebody has a delicious milk-based formula with iron. Congratulations.
I also posted this, and it's actually kind of cool. And if anybody in the audience wants it, because nobody wants it so far.
Who wants this anymore? Nobody even makes CDs.
I don't know. Well, you know what? I don't even have a CD-ROM anymore.
This is a CD labeler. Do you remember these kids?
So what you do is you push down on so you put the label.
They all know what they do.
Sticky side up. No. Sticky side up, and then you put your CD on top, and then you push that down, and no bubbles. Perfect placement of the label.
Never any bubbles. No, never. No, it's perfect every time.
Anyway,
that's why it's selling so fast. That's why it's going so fast.
I put it on there on the Buy Nothing in case there's like a photographer that labels a bunch of CDs or something that might want your face.
Everybody's using thumb drives now, dude. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you got next?
Okay, I also had. So here's the thing. I love VC Andrews, and I have. I think I have like 5 completed collections and like 3 or 4 more that aren't complete. Anytime that I try to complete one of my series, I end up having to buy like 15 or 20 books off of Craigslist just to get the 3 that I need.
Yeah, because people are only selling them as sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are all my duplicates and triplicates. Right?
Yeah.
Because I have 3 of some books.
You've ended up with a lot of extra ones.
And they were sitting on my desk, taking up room, and I was like, I'm going to get rid of this stuff. And, so... This was it was my first Buy Nothing post, and
very
at least
nice.
5 or 6 people responded right away saying they wanted all of them. And so then I was like, well, what do I do?
Because then they respond with like their story as to how this book would make my life better. And you're like,
that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do.
But then it puts all this pressure because you're like, I've recently gotten this disease and I've been stuck in bed for a year now. And the only thing that keeps me waking up every day is VC Andrews books.
And
how do you not pick that person?
And you're supposed to do that. It's supposed to be like a neighborly, get to know people, get to know their story, give it a personal touch.
It does feel like that
not
a little
just
bit,
like, oh, hey, I'll take those.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's people on there that are like, I can take those and go take them to Half Price Books and get a couple bucks. Like there are people that do that. But
this is neat though because you get to find somebody that really needs them. It for you gets rid of bulk around the house.
Yes.
Stuff off the shelf.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. And it gives you this weird sort of satisfaction of helping somebody.
Mm-hmm. I was the lucky recipient of these books. I was really excited. There were at least 15 people that wanted these books, and she did a drawing, but I gave a little story. I'm a mother of 3, and I'd love to pick up some of these books that are, somewhat self-helping and motivational and positive. That I'd really love to be able to pick one up in my small moments of downtime. And I totally got picked, and it was awesome. The only awkward thing is I arrived at her house to pick them up, and her son answered the door, and he's a couple years older than me, so it's not like an 8-year-old.
Okay.
And he didn't know why I was there.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm like,
is Mom doing something on Facebook again?
So I'm like, so is this address? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm here for the books. I only read the house number.
What books?
And he's like, I'm like, and then I read the whole address. I'm like, this is this address. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm here for some books.
Well, why is the conversation getting all the way to the point where you're verifying the address? Why hasn't the guy at this point gone, let me go ask somebody else? They're probably expecting you. Like, why did that not become a thing that happened before you got to the point of rereading the address?
Yeah.
That seems like... Anyways.
Well, anyway, it was really cool to be gifted those. That's the terminology that's used on the Buy Nothing sites because you're not supposed to sell anything. You're only supposed to give or gift. One of the big things that I put on there
was something that took up a lot of room in our house.
Yeah. This is a dollhouse that I got 2 years ago for Dylan. And he did use it for some time. He put his plushes in there and, he played with it. Mm-hmm. But at this point, it's just kind of taking up space. And
they're starting to pick on it,
yeah,
too.
They keep
literally
pulling off the shingles. So I posted it saying, hey, can a handy mom or dad that has a son or daughter that would use this take this from me?
Yeah.
I'd like to give this to you.
I don't want to throw it away.
Yeah. And what's really cool is that the very first response was, I have a son that would love this. And there's some other cool ones, like a gal that takes dollhouses and revamps them and then gives them to children from the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is also really cool. But
that's amazing, actually.
Yeah, it was really cool. But this one in particular, I want to try to find it on here real quick.
This is kind of a fun story because, it's a dollhouse, and it's a great dollhouse, custom built, but honestly, our kids started to kind of destroy it. They were ripping the shingles off. They were kind of being rough on us. One of the reasons we wanted to get rid of it, not to mention, I think we'd all stubbed our toe on it like a dozen times.
Yes.
So there was that aspect to it. But now you want to give somebody something, but you don't want to give them something that's all messed up and a piece of crap, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that Ange said is, by the way, this does have some damage to it. So that was an important part of the decision process.
Well, it needs to be like a handy mom or dad that will help fix it up, maybe make some furniture and whatever. And that's exactly what happened. I did choose the mom with the son because I am all for breaking down stereotypes of what kids can play with, what toys and whatever. So these are pictures of her husband making new shingles for the house.
Reshingling it, and it looks perfect.
Amazing.
Yeah, and so now their kids are playing with it, and they're reshingling it, restoring the dollhouse. Mm-hmm. And it was honestly something that we would eventually have just broken down and thrown away or given to somebody.
Never.
Then it would have stuck in that's the other thing. Or it would have stayed in our house frickin' forever.
Right.
And I would have stubbed my toes on it another dozen times.
Yeah, see, I knew that this would be a really good one, that people would really want it. It was a custom-made, dollhouse. I don't want, that's okay. Custom-made dollhouse.
Yeah, something nice.
That I got from a neighbor.
Yeah.
So the other thing is this.
Yeah.
Jumperoo.
Yeah.
So,
of course, when you have babies, you got a lot of big equipment.
Yeah.
Keep them entertained.
There's the baby. Oops, right here.
Yeah.
So we had Dylan and Abby together, or not together, but we tried to have our kids close together so that we could just get rid of all the baby stuff. And I did. And then we had Bella. So, but this is something that was given to me by my sister-in-law, and not Chris's sister.
But very useful.
But I used it for all 3 kids, and then I loaned it out to a friend of ours that used it for their 2 kids. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to give it to some parents that have multiple kids, and kind of give me their ages and why they would like to have it.
Yeah.
And the best response was a mom with triplets. It was like hands down. As soon as she said that, yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah. And now that huge thing is out of our living room, which is also very awesome.
So they're 4 months old, and I am giving them some bags of clothes too, because she has an older son and then 2 boys in the triplets and a girl. So there's no hand-me-down clothes for the girl. So I'm going to give her some clothes too.
Yay.
So it's really cool. Yeah. And I just, literally dropped this off on the way to the studio on Friday.
Yeah.
Because it's all local.
Yeah, right. It's all.
And I offered to do that. They normally I do porch pickup because and I just give them our address, be like, come get it. But this one in particular, I wanted to make it easier.
Imacon says, in the past, or I would just donate all this stuff to Goodwill, which is something you've kind of done in the past. Is gone that route.
Yeah, I don't like it though because they're taking free stuff and then they're sometimes putting ridiculous prices on them or, whatever. Like, I do support that, but I like this better.
There is
like
a nice community building
it's going somewhere.
It's going to your local community and you're meeting people. And now, like this one person, you're going to give them clothes now and stuff.
Yeah, and there's one gal that was like, do you know of any mommy meetups? And like I can totally invite her to my Playdates group where I post like different things that you can do with your kids around here, and it's just cool to get to know more local people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see, and then this was another thing that I put on the site. I'm like, I have no idea what these are, but they are ready to report to duty at somebody else's house.
It is a series. They're definitely a whole set of toys.
It's Rescue Heroes is what it is.
But I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, I don't either.
And the kids don't seem to be super drawn to them.
Nope,
but
never.
somebody's kids might be.
Yeah, so I gave those to a little boy, and I got a picture right away of him playing with them. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
And that's another one where I just set them on the porch. I actually found 3 more after I collected those ones and 2 backpacks, and I'm sure there's more that I'll find, and she's okay with me contacting her saying, hey, more backpacks.
Perinus in the chat room says, boy, I don't know, I'm not so comfortable with people just showing up at my house to get stuff.
And that is what my friend Meredith said, because she has a double stroller that she needs to get rid of. And I said, well, you know what, just use my porch. But you can also do local meetups. Part of the requirement is you have to say porch pickup or where you're willing to meet. And that motivates people sometimes. Like I found some picture frames that I thought I might like, but I didn't want to drive to Mill Creek to get them. You know?
Yeah.
I don't really go that direction very often.
I mean, it's crazy. You could consider it an exercise in community trust and building relationships. And maybe sometimes we're all a little more paranoid about things than we really need to be.
Yeah.
It's possible. But it's also definitely worth being safe.
But here's another thing that I did on one of the Sell websites, not the Buy Nothing, but on the Sell websites. I posted the kids' monkey bathroom set, and it was a crazy good deal because typically just the monkey, the custom monkey hooks to hold the shower curtain would be at least $10. So I did the whole set for $15. Everything went through the dishwasher or the washing machine before I sold them, and I did. It's funny. It took 2 days before anybody said anything, and as soon as somebody said sold, 3 more people wanted it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So then it's like
always
it's sold next, you know. And so if the first person doesn't pick it up, then the next person can get it. But anyway, so it's kind of cool. In that case, like I could have donated or given that away, but
$15 is $15. Put that towards a sandwich or some gas or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
if they want to get started, again, they go to.
You can go to buynothingproject.org, or you can just go to Facebook and type Buy Nothing and your city and see if it'll come up.
Oh, okay.
You can also start your own Buy Nothing page. You can be an admin for it by going to the find your, let's see, where is it? Start a group is right here.
Oh, okay. That's easy.
Yeah.
They need to do like ones for industry specific stuff. Like I'd love something like this for broadcast professionals where like we could swap lights and mics and stuff like that. And because gosh, this stuff is so expensive.
Yeah.
Andrews, do we have anything of a sack variety for today's episode of the FauxShow?
Yes, we do.
Should I open up the mail sack?
I think so.
Oh boy, I've been waiting a month. Mail sack. Mail sack. Oh yeah, it's the mail sack. All right, Andrews, what is in our sack this week?
All right, Thomas writes, I am after a little advice. I have an upgrade on my mobile phone contract. The choices are the Samsung Galaxy S5 or the HTC One M8. Both are 16 gigabytes. If it were you, which would you go for? The hardware looks very similar apart from the cameras, which the S5 looks to smash the HTC. One thing that slightly concerns me with the Samsung is Knox. I didn't know anything about this before my upgrade, and it seems to lock down the device, apparently voiding warranty if rooted with custom kernel/recovery. Many thanks, Chris. Keep up the work. P.S. I tune into Last every week without fail. My missus asked the other day while listening to you and Matt, they're still going then. Is that where you got the cool computer shirt from?
Nice.
Happy New Year to you and the family. Thomas from the UK.
Yeah, Thomas. Boy, that is a tough choice because the S5, a couple of advantages to the S5 is definitely the camera and the removable battery. I think that's a total win. However, the thing about the S5 is long-term what I usually find with the Samsung devices, including the S5, is that I initially like them a lot. I'm very impressed by the camera. I'm very impressed by the screen. But what I always end up after a few months is I'm continually frustrated by small things. Everything from button placement to...
Did you say small things?
to design quality. And the design quality at the end of the day was really long-term what grates at me. Whereas I have the exact opposite reaction with the HTC equipment. I find myself appreciating it more and more over time. I'm more thankful for the device and how well it's built. Not to mention the front-facing speakers, if you're a podcast listener, are like a no-brainer. It's like a soundbar in one. So I would go HTC, but either way, good device. Or Nexus 6 even.
We've got the... No.
204 episodes.
I know.
It's the same buttons though.
There
we go.
The chat room is all about talking about the HTC versus Samsung.
Oh yeah. This is a great debate because you can make a good argument for either one.
Yeah. All right. Mike writes, Chris, I think you're my father. Remember that girl in high school?
I do.
Turns out...
All of them.
I'm that girl in high school.
Oh, that's true. I thought they meant the girls before you, but that's true.
No.
Yeah. And he wants a sticker. That's fair.
Yeah. So where do I get JB stickers? Well, Mike, you can just email Angela@JupiterBroadcasting.com. Subject line, sticker request. Give me your deets. I'll send you one. Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. Robert is your mother's brother.
Bob?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Your mother's uncle. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sakarambu writes.
Sakarambu.
Sup, Ange?
What's going on, man?
Sup.
You talking to my girl?
I figured all I can read, it turns out. I figured you all could use my story in a Ting ad. Oops.
Nice, dude. I see how much pre-reading you did.
No, I have read the whole thing.
Yeah, totes.
You said, can you save that for the mail sack? So I did.
Oh.
Turd.
Oh,
right.
It's my fault.
So
you didn't tell me the Ting part, but okay.
Yes, I did. The whole thing is about Ting.
Oh, whatevs, dude. Doesn't matter.
Way back when Ting started advertising on Jupiter Broadcasting, I did a lot of research on them and Sprint and was very impressed with them and their pay-what-you-use plan. I started to become a spokesman for them, even though I never switched.
Heyo. That's great.
I introduced my sister to them shortly after my sister and her husband switched their Sprint phones to Ting. Last time I asked her, she said that they are saving money, but not much, because her husband uses a lot of data. But I don't have the figures. Then my dad was getting fed up with Verizon and decided that it was time to try out these new smartphones everyone is talking about.
Wow. Yeah,
I showed him
still
Ting.
a thing.
I showed him Ting and liked the pay-what-you-use model as well. So he bought a phone off eBay, and when it came, I set everything up for him. My mom also wanted a phone, and so we bought an old flip phone, which is adorable. My mom loves flip phones, too.
I kind of want a flip phone.
For her, and added it to my dad's plan for $6 more.
Would you be judgy on me if I ended up with a flip phone?
No.
Really? What about messaging and stuff like that? That'd probably bug you.
Why?
Because the messaging doesn't work as good on flip phones. Anyways, all right, continue on.
Would I really know? Isn't that your problem, not mine?
I don't know. Well, maybe. I don't know. Depends on what you want to send me.
Okay. So he now pays just a fraction of what he did before and actually has 2 phones on the plan, which blew him away. All this in the span of about a year, and all this while I was still on Verizon, but convincing everyone around me to switch to Ting. Then I bought a Moto X Sprint to switch and early terminate from Verizon, only to find that Sprint had a lock on the Moto X for a year and could not bring your own device. Then October 1st, they opened the Bring Your Own Device, and I quickly ported my number and moved to Moto X. I was paying $95 a month for Verizon's unlimited plans. After my first month with Ting, I paid $34 after tax. My only complaints is that the 4G service where I mostly am isn't the best, but that is a problem with Sprint. Ting got 5 new customers, all because I saw their ads on Jupiter Broadcasting.
Boom!
And began pitching their ads to my family. Thanks go out to you, to Ting, you, Chris, Matt, and everyone else at JB for saving me almost $1,000 a year. That's a raise right there. One final note. I know Chris always gets down to the song that plays in the background of Kyra's app.
I was jamming to it today, too. Yeah.
That song was made from the samples that are included with Adobe Audition. I know this because I created the exact same song for use in a previous job many years ago.
I wonder if he still uses Audition, and if he does, if he'd like to edit for us.
And then he links the MP3.
Do you want to play it?
Which is in the show notes.
You can play it if you want.
Oh,
Just copy that S and then open it up in a new tab. And I think I
don't know if I copied just now. Okay, just in case if Chris wanted that song to play on repeat in the car to drive you crazy.
No, I already grabbed it when you sent this in for the first time, and I've been jamming to it this whole time. Oh, that's fine. You can say okay. I guess the Fox won't play it directly, but are you ready? You recognize it?
It's jazzy.
Yeah, it's exactly what it's called. Yeah, this is Kyra's. Oh yeah.
You know what that reminds me of?
I love Kyra. Go, outtakes, go. That's great. Boy, we should have been playing this during his email. We should have played this first.
Oh, how do I find it?
Oh yeah, here. Let me see the mouse because the volume's all distorted.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is a Flash thing. It's and then you'll have to kill. You have 2 songs going at once right now, you maniac.
I know. I'm crazy.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Yeah, this is a good one. This might get us pulled off YouTube, but it might be worth it. Yeah.
Oh, Jeremy.
Come on, Andrews, do it with me. That's right. FauxShow's back, everybody. FauxShow's back.
Here it is.
Every Sunday after Linux Action Show, you should join us over at jblive.tv. We usually start around 12:30 Pacific.
Yep.
Anything else we want to cover today, Andrews? I think that's it.
No.
If you want to get a hold of the Faux Show, go over to jupiterbroadcasting.com, click the contact link, choose the Faux from the drop-down, or email her face directly, Angela at jupiterbroadcasting.com, or hit her up on Twitter. She is at ANGERZ, and you can follow her on Instagram, Mom Vault, and don't forget the Jupiter Broadcasting account on Instagram, instagram.com/jupiterbroadcasting, where she's also posting really great pictures. Do you have a new one you want to share?
I have a, no.
Oh, you have a Tumblr you want to share?
Yeah.
It's Hey WTR.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I even set it up.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You can check it out. So
this is a work in progress, but for those of you that don't want to listen to the show and would rather read it, you can go to heywtr.tumblr.com.
Yeah.
And check that out.
Yeah, this is something we're experimenting with. Full transcript for a show. You guys have asked for it before. It's kind of expensive, but we're seeing what the response is.
Yep.
And we're starting here because Women's Tech Radio is generally a little bit shorter, and you pay by the minute. And so it's a good way for us to experiment, and also a great way for you to, if the guest said something that you thought was interesting that didn't get linked, you can read it, and then you can go get the name of it and Google it. And
yeah, I try to put as many links in the show notes as possible over at jupiterbroadcasting.com and then just scroll down below the video.
Girl, have you seen my show notes compared to your show notes, girl?
Whatever. But yeah, all the links, everything is hyperlinked in this text as well.
That's great.
I'm going to tweak the colors because you can't really see it.
Yeah, it's a little hard, yeah. I don't think I like the theme a ton.
Yeah, I like the theme. I just need to change some colors.
Well, it's so narrow.
See, look, look
how narrow it is.
This is a link. Oh, I know. I'm hoping Alan will help me with that.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway, all right. That is it for this episode of The Faux Show. We will see you next week. Did you enjoy this Faux Show? Well, guess what? You can catch more at jupiterbroadcasting.com and subscribe to the weekly RSS feed.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hi there. I'm just kidding.
No, you jerk. Okay, I'm ready. Breakfast is delicious. Oh, so Rikai is an asshole, and he made the whole.
Oh, seriously.
The whole studio now.
No. Hold on. So I get here and I'm hungry and I smell something great. It's like garlic, right?
Kind of like a buttery garlic, too.
And
it smells so good.
And I look at Rikai's in the kitchen, microwaving. I look, it's a Hot Pocket. I'm like, oh, it's not that.
Yeah.
Hot Pockets don't smell that good.
No. Maybe it was something Chris had.
And then it gets stronger. And Chris isn't eating.
No, and it smells more
delicious. And the
delicious.
microwave is still going.
Yes. It was a garlic butter Hot Pocket with what inside?
Meatballs. It's a meatball. Yeah.
Man, if I had that, if I ate that though, that would make me, I would die. I would be I would be totally drained.
No, I'm going to have to put one in my mouth.
But it smells so delicious that,
It's stupid.
Angela's like, I got to have one in my mouth.
Yep. I literally just said that.
I know. That's what she was like. It was crazy. And Rikai's up there like the crazy wizard that he is, stroking his beard and eating a delicious Hot Pocket, laughing at us as we sit here smelling it. But it's cool. It's cool.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of The Faux Show. I sound weird all of a sudden.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be like this.
My ears popped or something, right as I started that.
Well, we are going up in altitude right now.
Okay. Waiting for it to stop ringing. Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of... Really?
You got me all messed up now, dude. Okay. All right. Okay, lower third, are you ready?
Go fix the lower third. It says 14.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Nah. Thank you, lower third. I was going to say 15. I made a conscious mental note.
I feel like it's not a real show, so it doesn't matter. I thought that was the whole thing. I thought it's not a real show. It doesn't matter.